Greetings, welcome back to Pink Odd Bird. Today I'm here to share these two books with you, and these are books number 7 and 8 of the Dark Release. So let's go ahead and take a look. So these are the two books that I wanted to share with you all. These are Traveler's Notebook size, so they're 8 1/4 by 4 1/4, and they're made kind of in the similar style of the Three Witches books that I made. So if you guys remember those a while back, that's kind of like what they were designed after. So let's go ahead and take a look at these. This one is already spoken for. I will do a flip through of it so you can see the differences, but I'll go faster in this flip through. So let's go ahead and take a look at this one first. So I have this little skull here, and that's just attached with a garment pen from the Papered Soul. So like I said, the cover is, it's paper, but it's actually like a velvet paper. So it feels like fabric, like really velvet. And then on the spine here, I've just added some trims, and this little piece is like, it's kind of cool because it's kind of like velvet on one side of the sequins, and then it's shiny on the other side. So it has a really interesting texture to it. Then I just did a simple stitch around the perimeter. On the cover, it's just a felt skull. And on the inside, this lace goes all the way across, and underneath it is 1956 music paper, just lining it. So let's go ahead and take a look. So in the front, I've just made a pocket out of this little vintage bat. There's some of my lace trims. Originally, I was going to make her the cover, so that's why she's mounted on like a heavier cardstock, but I thought it was kind of big for the cover, so you can use it somewhere else or just as a journaling card in the book. So there's a little tag here with some feathers on the top. I did use some of my scans of my personal vintage ephemera. So this is the Don't Look Under the Bed letter, and then I just tore it to make it, you know, more ragged. And then this is a little tracing paper, the roses from a lady's estate. There's some Edith Holden page. There's these vintage gardening cards. There's 3 charms, paperclip charms on the book. These are real vintage calling cards. This one is for Wallace Outhouse. Wallace Art Outhouse. There's fabric tabs here and there. This is a vintage poetry page. I just coffee stained it. The coffee stained paper here comes from Renee GT Designs, and she does have this available in her shop. Little crystal ball stamp. There's some more of that music paper. Some Tsunami Rose. Little vintage anatomy page, and there's some feathers there. There's another calling card here. I can't read this one. Oren M. Libby. Oren M. Libby. Those are antique. And so this is a little pocket here, so you can hide a little something in there. This little charm is a skull. These are the new Tsunami Rose tags. This is a vintage gardening page. This is a real authentic postcard, and this is the front. It's the In the Town Garden, Swindon, and on the back you can see here it came from England, so it has a little bit of writing on there, the address. And then these little images here are from Calico Collage. This paper is ledger, vintage ledger paper from Renee. This is coffee stained paper that I think Priscilla made for me. So here's a little Tim Holtz token, and then inside of this little pocket is a vintage book plate. And then this is a page 3, I think, page 2 of the When I Am Gone letter. That's my personal ephemera once again. I'm thinking about maybe making like a little collection of my like Gothic kind of ephemera available. So if that's something you guys might be interested in, let me know, and I can see what I can do for coming about with that. So in here is a vintage book page. Actually, this one might be an antique because I think it's from the early 1900s. This is just a little poem page with a couple poems on it. And in the center here, I have printed out a snake on tracing paper. I think it looks pretty cool because you can see through it. And then this is how the center of the book looks. These are Tsunami Rose ephemeras. And this is just a big tag here. And on the back of it, I have just lined it with some newspaper from 1905. Here is a big pocket, and I just stamped and stitch tag like I like to make. I did do some washi tape here and there. Another tag. It's a fabric flip and a vintage flinch card. There's the third charm. This is a, it's a real vintage canceled out bank check. And these are kind of like from the area where I'm from, actually, so I thought that was kind of neat. That's Calico Collage. Here is another, this is a vintage book page, and I thought you could use it for collaging or something maybe. It's super fragile. If you bend it, it'll break. And then this is, again, from my personal collection. This is the Undertaker's note about embalming. This is a Victorian house blueprint book page that I have. I thought that was kind of fun to sort of look at. And of course we have to have our raven. Oh, and I forget because I had to put it in a different spot. There's my stamp. In the back here is a pocket, and it's just, I just cut it like the design so you could stick something in there. And then I've used this Penny Dreadful as a pocket for the back as well. So that is this one. And like I said, this one is going to be available in my Etsy shop for a while, so you can pop over there if you want to check it out. And I'm going to go ahead and do a flip through of the other one here. Okay, so like I said, this book is already spoken for, and this book, unlike this one, is going to have a lot more emphasis on snakes. That's what she wanted, and so you'll see a lot more of snake imagery in this one as opposed to just like general Gothic imagery that's in that one. So let's go ahead and take a look. Same idea with the closure. And I have a little snake charm here that's attached to the sari silk. So same idea with the cover here. Everything is pretty much the same on it, except on the front cover I have this little Tim Holtz ornament frames or ornate frames. I can't remember, but I chose this one because it kind of looks like a snake winding around the ring here. And then I've just left a little coffee stained paper here for her to be able to write something that whatever she wants to put as the title. So first thing you see when you open is a little snake here, and then we also have Miss Medusa tucked in there. And the book is kind of set up the same as the other, but just like I said, just more like kind of snaky. So there's a big tag here, and this is the don't look under the bed note. And then we have a snake skeleton here, some Tsunami Rose. There are 3 paperclip charms on this book as well. And we have a vintage calling card, Isabel E. Kirkpatrick. And so I'm just going to flip through more quickly here. So I'm almost kind of done with the dark release. We're pretty much getting there. And I think I have just maybe 1 or 2 more books to make, and then we'll be moving on into something else for the new year. And also I will be having more information coming up in a couple days about this is the vintage book plate for this one, and then there's this snake poem. I'll have more information coming soon about what's coming up soon for you know, my channel and for next year, etc., etc. So I'll be back before the year ends with another video, and we'll get to talking about things that are coming up. So this page is all about useful snakes. There's the print, and on the center of this one, I think it's so beautiful. I love this paper. There's some tsunami rose. There's the tag here. There's another snake with a little butterfly. This paper from Renee, you can kind of faintly see. I don't know what she used to coffee stain it, but it's got like a swirly kind of pattern, and I thought that was kind of perfect because, you know, snakes are kind of like sidewinders, and so they make like these different crazy patterns when they move. So as you can see, pretty similar, but just a few more elements that are kind of more related to what she was looking for. Some more ephemera here. Then in the back we have one last, and then the same pocket that is right there. Yeah, so I hope you guys have all liked this video, and I will, like I said, I will be back soon with more information and details of what's coming up that we're going to be working on next. And I think like I said, I have a couple more of these to make, and then yeah, then we'll be getting into some different things. So yep, all right, I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me today. I hope everyone had a great Christmas, and that is going to wrap it up for me for now. Be sure to stay tuned, because you never know what direction this odd flock of ours is heading into. And until next time, toodaloo.